Hello, my name's Tim. So I've just finished listening to the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, the third in the Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis, and this one was narrated by Derek Jacobi, who's always great in everything, and I thought he did a really great job with this. This was a return to form for me. Um, Quick summary: it's still Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe, then Voyage of the Dawn Treader, then Prince Caspian. That's the kind of order. So in this one, we don't have it's Lucy and Edmund, and they go to Narnia through a painting. A painting of a ship becomes a real ship, the Dawn Treader, and they are on it, and Prince Caspian is on it. And Prince Caspian has been, or King Caspian now has been king for a few years. I think. I think it's not been a ton of time, and what he's doing is he is off trying to find the seven lords who Miraz, his evil uncle, had sent off to find out what was, beyond the sea in the previous book. So it's a fetch quest ultimately, and I've seen people say that this plot doesn't work as well because it's so segmented, because they literally just sail east and go from island to island, and on that island they have an adventure and maybe find one of the lords. The next island they have an adventure, maybe find one of the lords, and they don't really connect too much. And that is a very accurate criticism of this story. But I didn't care because I really liked it. I thought all the adventures were great. I thought every island was interesting and enjoyable to listen to. Yeah, there wasn't any of the islands that I thought were a bit duds. They all had quite a bit of whimsy and humour to them in that kind of old-fashioned adventure sense. One of them, King Caspian, is greatly outnumbered, so he signals as if he's talking to a fleet of 50 ships, but he's on his own. And they believe that he's signalling to 50 ships, so they surrender, which is actually a tactic that the British Army used in the Falklands War, I believe. So, yeah, I really liked it. I liked these little adventures, like why basically one chapter being an adventure and the next one you're moving on, made it really enjoyable to listen to. The star of the show, though, was Eustace Scrubb. His name was Eustace Scrubb, and he almost deserved it. What an opening line! He is weirdly he's a Mormon. I'm kind of guessing that from inference, because they say he wears like special underwear. And he calls his parents by their names. He's very rude. He's incredibly selfish. He has no friends. He has no social skills. He has no wonder in the world. Like, he sees in the book, he sees a dragon, but he doesn't even know what one is because he's never read a book about a dragon, because he's got no interests in that. It's just brilliant. He's so horrible and so unlikable that you enjoy watching him suffer ultimately. And he goes on, actually, probably because he goes on the biggest arc. He does change physically and mentally and socially, and has a really. It's enjoyable to see what he goes through. There's sections where he's like writing in his diary, and you see like this is while he's still a bit of a rotter, and you see like how horrible he is to everyone and what he thinks of them, and I just found that really entertaining. Um, yeah. So, and another criticism of these books is that the Pevensey children don't have much of a character arc at all. They're very kind of flat, and that is true. Um, and that's a fair criticism, but I didn't really mind. Eustace does definitely go through the most change, and I just loved enjoying him be horrible and be really selfish, and then and getting his comeuppance for it. Then another main character is Reapy Cheap, the little mouse from Prince Caspian. Derek Jacobi's voice for Reaper Chief is very squeaky, but Reaper Chief is determined to find Aslan's land. I'm not sure if it's called that because that would be a bit of a weird name. and which is on the end of the world, edge of the world, and that's kind of why Reaper Cheap is going. Each section is so interesting and imaginative and really really enjoyable. Then at the very end, Lucy and Edmund and Prince Caspian and Eustace and I think Reaper Cheap's gone by that point. Find Aslan. Aslan does appear throughout. I think he appears like another 2-3 times, but usually just for one character. Or it's an image of him and he talks to them, or I think one point he even like appears off screen where like a character's like, "Oh, Aslan just told me off basically for being not very nice, and now I'm going to be nice again." Um, but in this point, he turns up and it's just like, "Why, won't you ever see you again?" "You will, because I'm in your world, though I have a different name. I'm Jesus. Praise Jesus. Hey, you like Aslan? Like Jesus." I don't think I even overemphasized how much he's just Jesus. Like, it's not even an analogy or an allegory. It's just he actually says, "I'm known by another name in your world." You read that. That's Jesus. But honestly, with that, it doesn't put a dampener on it for me. It was like the final, or I don't know, few pages of the book, and the rest of the adventures, I just thought it was a great adventure story. I really enjoyed it. So I gave this 4 stars, and I'm just going to start listening to the Silver Chair. So anyway, if you read these Chronicles of Narnia, especially if you read them as an adult, let me know below in the comments. Give this video a like; it really helps. Subscribe and comment below. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.